want to talk to you about another way of growing a garden. I was so surprised several weeks ago to find out when I went to order seeds that there were none left at my seed companies. And so I know a lot of you out there were growing things. So what I want to do today is talk to you about how to use these grow bags or root pouches in order to make a garden that you're going to be very happy with. They are easy to use, they're very inexpensive, and you can use several of them to make a garden that could be as big as you want. Now, these containers will dry out quicker, so you're going to need to know that you're going to need to water more often, and you're going to need to add a little bit more nutrition than you would if it were going into the ground. But on the plus side, they don't get as weedy as a garden does. So when you grow in containers, you want vegetables that are going to be really, really nutritious. And the way to do that is to make sure you're using good things to go into them. Now, most of you probably think about growing in bags or containers like ceramic containers or plastic containers as something that you do flowers in, and you don't think about them for vegetables, but they're wonderful for vegetables. The only thing that won't work in a grow bag is like peas and potatoes, indeterminate tomatoes, where you're going to have a lot of vining, but they can be hung in case you want to try some of those anyway. What they are good for is like lettuce, carrots, beets, onions, tomatoes, anything, small tomatoes, and especially herbs. Go very well in these as well. One thing to remember when you're planting in one of these grow bags is that you want to make sure you have at least 8 hours of sunshine a day, and keep it by the kitchen. And also keep it close to a water source, because you don't want to be hauling water long distances to these plants, especially if you're watering them once a day when it gets to be really hot. Okay, so let's talk about where you can put these. They can go on your driveway, they can go on a patio, they can go on a deck. You can put many of them together so that you have a bigger garden. You have many different sizes. These come in anything from 5 to 100 gallon sizes. So there's lots of variety, lots of colors that you can choose from. They last for about, they say, 4 years, and they will not leak or give way in that amount of time. The colors will fade a little bit, but they're still going to be fine. You want to make sure when you're doing these that you have a good mix of dirt, because nutrition in your vegetables really depends on your mix. Here I have half dirt from my yard and half good compost, and I have mixed those together, so they are in a 1 part each. Then I'm going to add a third part of a mix that I got from one of the nurseries in the area, and I use this because I wanted to have the air capacity that these have by keeping, so it doesn't get too compacted. Then you're going to stir it all around, and I'm only filling the bag a third full so that you will be able to have all the different layers, and I'm going to start watering it right now. So we're going to put in some water, and then mix that. And what you want when you get it all mixed is to be able to pull out, let me get this in here, pull out a handful of the mix, squeeze it, not have any water come out, but when you let go of it, that it forms a clump and doesn't just crumble away. Then you know your mix is right. So what we're going to do is just do another third and then another third so that the water is well incorporated into each layer.